Um, David 2619. The chemistry between these two is starting to fade. He's referring to me and you. Just starting though. So we have, depending on how long
Yeah, so
it takes for us to
because
deplete completely.
well, no, but because most relationships, are absolutely nothing like the stock market.
We're down a point today.
Yeah, we were down a point last week.
We were down a point last week's episode. Sorry, listen, David. We'll try to cuddle, nuzzle a little more on air here for you.
So
That'll
so
help you.
nobody knows this, but so Sean, as you can see, is not. I think Sean's in Sinatra's crib during the Rat Pack day right now, doing his podcast tonight. But so Sean is down in Florida. I'm not going to say where he's at because I don't want the same guy, the same group that was trying to kill Biden to get my partner.
Right.
But
What
so
would
he's in
happen?
Florida, and he was close enough, and so we decided we would have dinner and let the wives meet. And so that was Sunday night. We went to Hyde Park in Daytona Beach, and so I swear that it doesn't matter where I go on this planet. If if I was supposed to be one of the astronauts to go up on this Artemis, it would explode. That's just the story of my life. And so we get in there, and the guy comes over, the waiter, and he tells us the specials. We have Wagyu this and fucking yada yada
Oh,
yada. He goes on and on and on and on and on. Then I said to him, I said, so both Sean's wife and my wife get the Wagyu uh, fillet. Sean, I think you followed.
I did.
And then I said, I've always been a New York strip guy. So I said, which one of the strips, would you, suggest? He goes, well, neither. We don't have any. I said, you don't have any strips? I said, oh, we just don't have any in stock. So then I said, fuck. So then, no, did you and I ended up getting the 12-ounce bone in.
But only after.
So yeah, so the guy leaves and comes back, and
So
basically
we're all
says
we're all with Wagyu now. We've all gone with the Wagyu beef.
we all went Wagyu fillets, 8-ounce, and he comes back and he goes, "We don't have that either." Like, okay, well, what the fuck do you
Nash
have?
goes. Nash goes. Guess it's Golden Corral. Like, all right, no problem. All right, so we all do our substitutes, and I did you do the bone in fillet?
No, remember I said I said just give me some time. Remember I sent him away.
Oh yes, you refused. This is so funny. This is what it's like. This is my wife's introduction to Kevin. Okay, my business. She doesn't know. She doesn't know wrestling. She's never seen wrestling really, so she doesn't know. She just knows he's my partner, and she hears what I go through all the time. So she knows the Nash thing that I've described. And so it begins very early when the first disappointment comes and there's no Wagyu. So I go, all right. I said, I'll do the bone-in filet. I was considering. I forgot Tamara ordered. I think she got just the regular filet
Regular
also.
filet.
So a petite filet, and then Nicole gets it. And so then he turns to Kevin with the pad. He's like, Kev's like, I need to think about this. So he's like, okay, so I'll put in everything else, and I was like, so he walks away, and Nash goes, if I ordered it when he wanted me to, the steak would have been overcooked. By forcing him to wait, and they put everyone else's on the grill, mine will be, Kevin gets it rare, or deep rare.
Yeah.
Rare plus, I think you can call it.
Yeah.
He said, now I know it will not be overcooked. So everything's a negotiation. The fucking steak is a negotiation with the goddamn waiter. It wasn't his fucking fault.
I gave him. I said, I know you don't order the fucking the meat here. You know,
You did say that, right?
I did
But
say
listen,
that.
to a credit to the kitchen, lobster arrives, courtesy of the chef, who
Fried.
no doubt heard your disappointment. Yes, some fried lobster bits, but served in the tail. Very, very, very nicely done. So
Then Jalen Rose, who was our waiter,
the
decided to
resemblance was
fucking
uncanny.
decided that he was gonna fucking tag out to my third grade fucking teacher, Miss Old Danny.
She was very sweet.
Bitch.
Very sweet.
She was fucking rotten.
So
She was that fucking condescending. Yeah.
So so all the food comes. So the steaks come. Kevin's has a substance on it. Ours is just the steak. Kevin's was it butter? A sizzling butter they poured on it?
Nothing I ordered.
No. So they go to put it down in front of them. He goes, "What's on the steak?" Like, "Oh, it's the whatever butter. We like to put that on."
Chef's cum.
Is it okay? Kevin goes, "No." They're like, "Oh, okay, we'll take it right back now. We'll clean it up."
I said, rinse it. I said, don't.
You did say rinse it.
I said, just rinse it the fuck off. Put it on another plate. It's like, but like, so I'm eating. I'm now thrown into a steak I don't want. It's got more saturated fat, and they're gonna top it with some kind of fucking drizzled butter shit to add my fucking so my cardiologist will fucking come in and fucking smack me for even thinking about putting that on my body.
So now everyone I'm sure is very upset that Mr. Nash is not happy with his meal. So they clean the butter off, they bring it out, they put it down in front of him, and at one point, the woman, the aforementioned grammar school teacher, is putting the plate down, and Kev looks down and goes, "This is the worst experience I've ever had here." She goes, "What can I do to change that?" I said, "You should just leave the table right now, Missy." So my wife is amused by this. She's leaning over to Kevin, and she's going, "Just stop. Just eat the steak. It's fine. Go ahead. Just eat the steak. Stop the whole thing." And so Kevin chuckles. Kevin knows he's, it's a bit of a thing. It's a bit of the Nash thing. So you could turn off the Nash thing a little bit and enjoy. And the steak was very good, was it not? I remember commenting on how good the cut was.
Yeah, because it fucking was rare. It wasn't overcooked.
Right. Because you waited.
Right.
You waited to order.
My plan was beautiful.
Perfectly executed.
Just like
wait till I get to
Trump's letter to the fucking to Kim. It was a fucking perfect letter.
So now there's a huge table beside us of folks who have come in from clearly spending a raucous time in Daytona. A large family, maybe 10 people, and they're ranging. They're ranging in age from maybe the grandparents are there, maybe the parents are there, some brothers and sisters. Ball caps on in the steakhouse. I think you get that in Daytona sometimes. What can you do?
Yeah, well, I mean, you get it anytime that the claim to fame is three of the fucking people at the table were extras in Deliverance.
I think at one point you turned to the table, you said, "Got Dale Earnhardt's family behind me over here." So the girl, the girl, she's probably maybe in her 30s. She keeps turning around to look. So, people know Kevin, so they turn and they look. Now, Kevin's back is to them, so they can't really see his face, but they can see his wife. So they keep turning to look at his wife, who at one point made eye contact with the girl, smiled. And so my wife leans over. She goes, "Does this happen all the time?" And she's like, "Hey, you get used to it. What are you going to do?" So the girl goes to go to the bathroom. She slides her chair out and crashes into Kevin.
No, she slung her chair.
This is my wife saying the same thing to me. I'm like, she bumped the chair. My wife's going, "No, she did it to get Kevin's attention."
She railed my back of my. It was to the point where fucking I threw an elbow to the back of her chair.
He did. He acted like he got cross-checked into the boards in the corner. So he elbows the chair. She turns around and has her interaction. I don't remember what she said. I'm sorry. You know, please don't be offended. I didn't mean to take your chair.
She said, "Oh, did I hit you?" I said, "Fuck, are you kidding me? You hit me? Fuck, I'm getting ready to call my fucking my attorney.
Morgan and Morgan.
Fuck, call Michael Politis, my attorney. Get him on you. Jesus Christ."
And my wife goes, she got it. I said, what? She goes, she wanted an interaction with Kevin, so she did the fucking chair thing. I'm like, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're worse than Kevin. The two of you are going to start on the fucking World Trade Center shit. And they did. But I said, you got to be kidding me. She's like, I saw her looking. She wanted an interaction with him. So, all right, what are you going to do? So by now, Kevin's displeasure probably has spread not only through the kitchen but through the corporate office, because a plate of carpaccio has been brought out, and then a Bananas Foster production that we did not order for dessert. The kitchen insisted be brought to Mr. Nash's table. Fine. So now the check.
That's how bad they fucked up. They knew.
So the check.
We're drinking $200 bottles of wine, for God's sake. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, there were a couple of $220 bottles of wine,
yeah,
mind you. So the check comes. And Kevin's organizing the payment of the check. Now the payment is going to happen in cash. So Kevin is counting out. It's like the scene in Scarface when they're counting out the millions of dollars and they have the stacks and he's got stacks. It's sorted a certain way. I didn't tap into the OCD, but however he was comfortable with it, needed to be sorted that way. So he's got one side of the check fold with the money, and he's got the tip amount counted out on the other side. He goes, hey. So now suddenly I'm sitting at the table with Scott and Kevin and Sean. He goes, hey, after this fucking meal, I counted out the exact amount of the bill. I say we turn it in and just wait with no tip, with the tip withheld, and wait to see what happens. Now I'm like, no. He said, the girl bumping the chair and 5 waiters apologize. I said, no, please, just let's get out of here. Let's just pay the fucking thing. Kevin goes, okay. He pulls out a single and I said, you better put that fucking tip back in there. And he did. But for a minute there,
they got a 30% tip.
For a minute there, it was rough. But a lovely night out.
It would have been such a great story if we had just sent back the exact amount.
I didn't have a stomach for it. I couldn't at that point.
You know what? Number one, I called and begged them, please put us in a booth, put us in an ocean booth. And they put us in a table in the middle of the room where everything was jammed up. It doesn't work. Tamara's tiny. She could have been against and had the ocean side. We would have been on the outside. We wouldn't have got bumped. We wouldn't have got fucked with. Everything they did, they fucked up from the minute we walked in. And that it's like everybody. I didn't see any locals in there. And this is what these assholes forget. It's summertime. Come fucking January, February, March, I'm the only motherfucker that'll be in there still fucking spending a grand plus for a fucking dinner. Like when like you take care of your fucking locals, you dumb fucks. But no, they just set us out in the middle like we're fucking. And I fucking had a shirt with a fucking collar on. Jesus, I mean,
a rare occasion. It's showing the establishment some respect, for God's sake.
I would did that for your wife. They want your
much
wife
appreciated.
They didn't want to fucking show up in a fucking Under Armour.
I want to show where you are. Well, that kind of leads to
I should wore this outfit right here. I could have sat at that table behind us.
next Tuesday. We're going out. We'll do
Yeah,
something.
motherfucker.
Richard
we're going.
Dalloway. What's that?
Yeah, we're going out. We're going out your neck of the woods next week.
Yeah, nice place. Richard Dalloway, by the way, playing off this, says, any chance of a one-off Chick This, where the wives talk about living with you guys and what it's like?
No.
Reckon Mrs. Nash can do one all by herself.
Reckon she would fucking not be interested at all.
Michael DiMionda, Matt Lamont
says his hat.
Your special bond with Tristan are some of my favorite moments of the show. I like to think I have something similar with my dad. The happiness and love I can hear you have when sharing stories about tea, good or bad, is something I connect with. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks, man. No, it's Tara and I were laughing the other day. There was this time, like sometimes, man, he would just be super flamboyant. He'd have like 2 or 3 scarves on, and it's this big fucking. I brought him back this. I don't know what, if it's Polynesian or something. But it's like this necklace thing, and he'd have that on, and he'd have these short gray shorts on. They were just ball huggers. Some fucking Vans. We go out to eat, and people would look at him, and he'd fucking hadn't combed his hair in a fucking week, and it appeared to be wild as fuck. I was just thinking, like, man, he was the epitome of I don't give a fuck.
Oh, he was his own dude. I mean, we could all learn from that.
Yeah, you know? I did. I really did, man. T would have appreciated not tipping.
Well, T would
have fucking loved that. T would have said, "Send him the $1, Dad." That's what T would have said. Send him the $1 and see because if they would have came at that point as a server, and you get the $1, it would be worse
than nothing.
Because
somebody took the time to gauge your worth, and it was worth $1.
Yeah, so nothing would have been like. They would have. I wonder how they would have handled that. Would they have just said, "Wow, like we got man, he roasted us," because you took the time to pay cash, and you paid exact. So then on top of that, just to fucking roast them, God, that would I just really think we really missed.
We missed an opportunity to be total douchebags.
No, just on
the rib,
on a personal psychological, just like a. I think we would have got some. I just wonder if somebody would have had the balls to say, "I know things have been bad, but fuck, man, you're gonna." And
I don't think they would have.
I would say, well, so you really think that you fucking deserve $60 fucking at 30% a fucking bottle of wine to fucking, you didn't open it at my table. You fucking brought the fucking shit opened. Nobody fucking sat there and opened a bottle. They came with the no, they didn't. The presentation, he put the bottle like this, and then the fucking douchebag didn't even pour your wife a glass.
That is true.
I mean, that's opening volley. He didn't even, and then your wife is sitting there. And I'm not going to say her name because I don't want anybody to know her. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want people to know your wife's name. But she sees the guy come over, and she sees him filling Tamara's up. So she immediately has like spittle in hers, but she clearly makes eye contact with him, drinks it, and then puts it down, and he didn't fill it up again. I went, I can't believe that. And she was like, she looked at me like, thank God I got on that. She was like, right? I'm like, I swear to you, on the way home, she probably said, "I wish Kevin would have not tipped those motherfuckers." Tell me she didn't. She was in. She was all in on that fucking deal.
She said Kev's mean guy thing is all an act. She goes, there's a smile behind all of it.
Oh, of course.
I
I'm not
said,
a
you got
dick.
his number. You got his number.
I'm not a dick. I just it's one of those things where it's just like, man, come on. This is supposed to be like.
Listen,
What if I was trying to close you guys on a big real estate deal, and I'm trying to close you guys on a fucking $3 million fucking piece of property. I take you guys out and we get treated like that, and you don't fucking fill your wife's fucking glass. Like, think about it in that sense. It's not just two guys that do a podcast. Think if this was fucking was a business meal. That would have been fucked. There was a shit in Hyde Park and Daytona Beach. Fucking needs to be fucking put on fucking speed dial on that. So if you don't have anything to do, I'm sure you can Google them, call them up and say, I was listening to Nash's fucking show. He's fucking pissed off. He thinks you guys suck cock. And he'll fucking go to the cellar next time he wants to have a good meal.
Very good. P. Maris, 78. Well, let me remind everyone, Kliq This is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat and Hyde Park Steakhouse. Created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, Sean Oliver. Producer Steve Kaufman. Graphics by Dominic D'Angelo. Title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson. Theme song by Dale Oliver. Technical research by Tristan Nash. Copyright 2023, Kev. Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, want to do another one from a different restaurant?
Only if we don't tip up and fucking... at our next spot. That was a golden moment right there. You know, that was like
I couldn't allow you to do it.
We'll never have it. We'll never have that moment.
Never have it again.
It's gone forever.
Proving what I've always said, I am not one of the boys.
You're one of the boys. You're just.
I'm office.
No, you're
in Rotunda.
I just think that it's because I've been me my whole life.
I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you.
I know that. Just because I've been me my whole life, I think that if my job is to wait, is to serve somebody, and I don't just shit the bed, but I mean, it's like I shit the bed and then I go in the bathroom and get your toothbrush to clean it. It's like it's a compound, one thing after another after another. It's just like, at what point? It's like, fuck, I would have just as soon, but it was too late. Like, I would have left. I would have left on the fucking. With a bottle of wine gone, I would have left when he came back and said, we don't have those either. It's a fucking steakhouse, but we don't have steaks. And then we're the dicks for having an attitude. Fuck that. God damn, man. It's just like, that will go down in my life as me. That was I have never in my life.
Oh my God.
I've never in my life fucking.
You're making it's like you're making it like Auschwitz.
Oh no, it was very Daily Plaza. Put it that way. Right. It will go down. It will go down. The Warren Commission will fucking talk about that fucking meal for 10 years.